The first, titled Ohio's Future, shows Ramaswamy's wife, a throat surgeon at Ohio State's Cancer Hospital, speaking directly to camera about her husband and their newborn child. Pack it up. Pack it up. Nah, I don't even need to see it. Nah, I don't even need to see what them mentions look like. Pack that up. You should have knew better. Yeah, you should have knew better. Like when they come time to consolidate and you Kenyon College, like you should have knew better. What you think, you Oberlin? Shout out to all the subscribers and the members here on the channel. Don't forget to like the video. My name is Reese Waters, and this is Who Raised Y'all, where we highlight those unique individuals going above and beyond to make society worse.
Beyond, I want to ask you about a comment that you made about white supremacy in Iowa on Friday.
I've never once encountered that yet. I'm sure the boogeyman white supremacist exists somewhere in America. I've just never met him. Never seen one. Never met one in my life, right? Maybe I'll meet a unicorn sooner. And maybe those exist too.
You know, the kinds of people you'll see asking to speak to the manager at the pearly gates.
I want to talk to the manager.
Now, you guys probably remember that video about Laura Loomer getting ran out of India.
Racist and Islamophobic. And I'm sorry to say that we have Atiti Devo Bhava in this country where we welcome all, but your comments smack of anti-Indianism, worse still, Islamophobia, and even worse, racism, which has no place, ma'am, in today's world. So get real, ma'am. Sorry to say that, but that comments are unacceptable to me as an Indian and as a world citizen. Harris wins, the White House will smell like curry, and speeches will be facilitated via a call center. You then went on to say our country was built by white Europeans, not third world invaders from India. I think you should do more than just express regret.
Man, consequences and accountability. I know it's brand new, MAGA. You just hope she made it out of India in all 12 pieces that she came with. If you remember that video, I mentioned a particular comment. We need a slur for Vivek Ramaswamy types that lack the spine to say this. Well, just give MAGA time. They'll find it.
Lots of things to talk about there. Oh, and I agreed with many, many things you said during, in fact, probably more than most other candidates when you were running for president. But I still would not have voted for you because you're an Indian.
Might as well move to India, Ohio. Ohio State's new provost is a DEI Indian who rallies for H-1Bs. Your kids and OSU graduates will never get a job in this state. Vivek Ramaswamy cannot win governor. Little India. Seriously, who the hell would vote for this scumbag scammer and foreigner? He was in Cincinnati with Trump sucking it yesterday. If by now you don't see the plan for Ohio, all is lost to you. All that from him appearing at a Turning Point USA event? All of that just from him appearing at the event? Were they overcharging or what happened? The concessions were bad?
I am having a very bad day. I am in no mood.
Today, Ohio members of NOVA and ONN demonstrated against one of the most vile invaders of our country and state, Vivek Ramaswamy. It is absurd he's allowed in our state, let alone allowed to run for office. Join us and speak up for our people. Let me see. Deport Indian, anti-white, anti-you. Hey, Vivek, they say anti-white. They said Vivek Ramaswamy is anti-white. I told you. How did I tell you pick-me-ins? Ain't no lines past this magical place. You have picked me enough, and now I respect you. They're habitual line stepping. That's how pick me ends. I also want to point specifically to it is absurd he's allowed in our state. Y'all want to have borders around Ohio now? Is that what y'all doing? Is Kentucky been bothering y'all that bad on the bottom? Is that how it is? They don't allow y'all access to the airport no more? Like, y'all want borders around? Vivek, absurd you're even allowed in the state. Forget running. They don't even want you allowed in the state.
Get him out. Ready? Are you ready? Get him out of here.
And by the way, these are just recent comments from this week. I didn't even have to go to the before times.
Flashback.
Oh, this is a nice one. He's posting about meeting his wife here and there, and when is your dad getting deported? You're both going back to India. Here's a photo he posted of his son on the beach, to which the response was teaching son to poop on the beach. There it is. There it is. Now, I knew when I was talking about Laura Loomer's past tweets that they sounded familiar. Are we sure those aren't her burners out there talking about Vivek and the poop? Because that's kind of her brand. You know what I mean? That's kind of her brand at this particular time. Not even the babies are safe.
This is egregious work. This is nasty, egregious work.
Illegal alien Indian Hindu family row after Vivek Ramaswamy introduces newborn in a campaign video. Y'all went with illegal alien Hindu for a newborn? For a newborn. Look at a newborn. I want you to look at some newborns and tell me which ones don't look like aliens. I mean, I've been around them recently. I know exactly what they look like.
Ew. Is he gorgeous?
A row erupted after Vivek Ramaswamy, Republican candidate for Ohio governor, and his wife introduced their newborn daughter in a campaign advertisement. The video showed the couple's children meeting their new sister while Vivek kissed the baby. Following the release, controversial comments emerged on X. Another illegal alien's descendant becomes a birthright U.S. citizen in Ohio. Vatakantri Ganapathy Ramaswamy and Geetha Ramaswamy's illegal alien Indian Hindu family line is growing. More 33 God residents in One God, Ohio. Wait a minute. Zoom in on that. That's us that said that?
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
I don't even know him. I don't know Unc. I don't know Unc. I know he got some red in his. I know he got some red in his closet though. I had to scroll 29 anti-Vivek replies before finding one in favor of him. However, that account is based in India, so it doesn't count. No one is buying it. No one wants him except the other rich con artists who stand to make money off ruining Ohio. Oh, I think we got another one in favor. Not because I saw the flag. Vivek Silicon Valley, Ohio Express 2027. False alarm. False alarm. I saw the flag. I thought they might have been friendly, but not that. Vivek, what did you do to draw their ire in this way? I know what you did to draw our ire. I've heard you in the anti-blackness and pushing for white supremacy, which is hilarious that they're characterizing you as anti-white. We told you about that. Oh, yeah. We told you about that. But for them to turn on you like this, I mean, This is too sweet for me. I honestly, I wouldn't. It's too sweet. I've had. It's very rich. It's very rich.
Brother,
Vivek Ramaswamy says we have too many universities in Ohio, and he wants to get rid of some. Y'all lying. Y'all lying. Vivek wouldn't say nothing. Vivek, you said that for real?
I love universities in Ohio. I want us to have the best universities. But we have too many of them. Absolutely. They need to be consolidated. And when you consolidate them, they can actually be centers of excellence who are actually the best in their respective domains instead of trying to create replicas and clones of one another throughout the state.
Keep talking, Vivek Ramaswamy. You're doing great. Which college town should lose one of their main sources of revenue? Which football team should be blended with others? The people crave details. You still mad about the college football playoff, ain't you? Yeah, offense just went missing out of nowhere. I know. I was mad about it too. But it ain't Miami of Ohio's fault that the Buckeyes offense went silent. It ain't their fault. And let me guess, you don't want Miami of Ohio to go to the tournament, do you? You're not. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know it. Man, that's awkward. Imagine being Ohio University in a state with Ohio State, and Governor Hopeful is talking about we need to consolidate. Ohio University, like, hey. He's not talking about me though. No, because we got Ohio in the name. So we got Ohio in the name. So we start packing up. Start packing up all the stuff.
I'm done. Cut the show.
Hey, I seen Bowling Green over in the lobby. I seen Bowling Green in the lobby. They wasn't doing nothing. They wanted to, and they was with University of Cincinnati. They together already, so you could just go ahead and wrap them up.
He's right, you know.
Vivek, you just gonna have to stop talking. You just gonna have to stop talking. It's not working. Anytime you poke your head out, they bite it off. Your people, your voters. Okay, let your running mate do, because you picked it. Yeah. They'll receive stuff better from him. Just trust me.
You gonna learn today.
Vivek Ramaswamy's running mate, Rob McCauley, was one of the leaders in raiding $600 million in private unclaimed funds and handing it over to a billionaire. But today, a court stopped him, finding that grabbing our funds to hand to a big donor without any due process likely violated the Constitution. Not the Constitution. You mean the thing that Vivek likes to quote all the time to push out American exceptionalism and quiet down literally any ideas of innovation or change, like civil rights and equity. Not the Constitution, Vivek.
It's a principle as old as our founding. Government in America, federal, state, cannot just take private funds when they feel like it. To even try to do so, there needs to be notice, due process, and a public purpose, or you violate the Constitution. And that's exactly what a court ruled recently that Ohio likely did when it did this to thousands and thousands of Ohioans. In Ohio, we have something called private unclaimed funds. Private funds when people have an old bank account or something else that they've lost track of. The politicians in Columbus, not long ago, took $600 million in our private funds and gave it to one of their billionaire donors who wanted a new stadium. No notice, no due process, and as the court found, not even public purpose. This wasn't just anybody who did this. The running mate of Vivek Ramaswamy, his name is Rob McCauley, was one of the leaders of the plan to take all of our private unclaimed funds and fork them over to this billionaire donor. And his work and the bill and this whole idea the other day was found to likely violate the Constitution. Why? Because there was no notice, there was no due process, and this court found there was no public purpose. In this case, thank goodness the court stepped up to protect all of our funds. In the future, the court might not be there. How are you going to stop this stuff? Don't let guys like Ramaswamy or McCauley anywhere near decisions like this.
Hey, Vivek, you better get far away from that. You better run and hide from that. Like Xavier and Akron, the University of Akron. Just come up missing. They can't find you.
You're behind the couch.
What? How do you know that?
Hey, Vivek, go to Kent State. Don't nobody know where Kent State is. Especially not the MAGAs. They don't know where Kent State is. They be looking on the map for Kent.
No wonder we're lost. You've been reading the map upside down.
The corruption in the U.S. is truly off the effing rails. Remember that POS Ramaswamy got rich off of fraud. His running mate was one of the leaders in raiding $600 million in private unclaimed funds. Too bad. They made the connection. Yeah, they made a connection, Vivek. Well, look, if that much funds was flowing around, you could at least take a little bit of that and buy you some good PR. What you really should have did is got yourself some bots so you have more friendlies underneath your posts on social media. Because that flag with them trains ain't doing it. Wow! Ramaswamy's $10 million Ohio governor ad buy signals early concerns about polling. Vivek Ramaswamy's campaign for Ohio governor is launching a $10 million television and digital ad campaign that will run without interruption through Election Day on November 3rd. An aggressive and strategically unusual move that political analysts say is more consistent with a candidate playing catch-up than one running from a position of strength. The buy, first reported by Cleveland.com, features two new ads. The first, titled, "Look at my new baby." Is it, "Look at my new baby"? You want to use the baby? Oh, no, we can't use the baby because they don't slur the baby. We got to keep his family out of all the ads. What is it called now? The first, titled "Ohio's Future," shows Ramaswamy's wife, a throat surgeon at Ohio State's Cancer Hospital, speaking directly to camera about her husband and their newborn child. Pack it up. Pack it up. Nah, I don't even need to see it. Nah, I don't even need to see what them mentions look like. Pack that up. You should have knew better. Yeah, you should have knew better. Like when they come time to consolidate and you Kenyon College, like you should have knew better. What you think, you Oberlin? By the way, they were talking about you being down in the polls. How bad you looking? No. Poll: Amy Acton leads Vivek Ramaswamy by 10 points in Ohio governor's race. 8 months to go, and a real disaster is looming in the House, Senate, and gubernatorial races for Republicans. A new immigration policy built on letting Latinos know almost all can stay might save the day. That plus more communication directly to the people from Trump explaining policies. Okay, now, a couple of things. That's trash, especially considering all the simping that you did for them people standing out there saying you anti-white. Congratulations, Vivek. But apparently you're of the mind that policy letting Latinos know that almost all immigrants can stay would save the day. That's fascinating because that would then do what to the people that are opposing Vivek alongside racial and xenophobic grounds? You think that's what they want to hear? You think that's supposed to help? That's supposed to help? Well, you know, I remember we had said what we had said about the Democrats and Kamala Harris. I remember what we had said, and we characterized them as loving immigrants and welcoming crime and all that kind of stuff, and they just want all the immigrants to stay. We gonna go with that. We gonna go with that. Who am I running against? A Democrat. I'm running against a Democrat.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
A new poll of likely November 2026 Ohio voters shows Democrat Amy Acton leading Vivek Ramaswamy by 10 points. The survey conducted by EMC Research from February 10th to the 22nd found Acton leading 53 to 43% among 1,300 likely 2026 voters. The result is the latest indicator of a race that's moved sharply in Acton's direction. In August 2025, an Emerson College poll had Ramaswamy up 10 points. By December, that same pollster found the race statistically tied. A new February numbers represent an additional lurch in Acton's favor, driven in part by what analysts and polling data suggest are several compounding vulnerabilities for the Republican frontrunner. Woo! I wonder what that is, Vivek. I wonder what has left you so vulnerable. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy to think that Vivek out here struggling like this. You know what I mean? That's wow. You know, with people talking about America first. We did the America first, make America great again. Not feeling Vivek. That's who would have thought?
It was so bad, I said, there's no way he makes it. It's sad, isn't it?
Perhaps the most telling number in a new poll is among Republican voters. Ramaswamy is drawing only 65% support from his own base. Acton, by contrast, has consolidated 82% of Democratic voters. Independent voters are breaking 51 to 46 for the Democrat. I can tell you this, Vivek, you better go on and save that money. Can you get that 10 million back? Can you get that 10 million back? Especially talking about they featuring his wife and baby.
I think I want my money back.
I'm sorry. Did somebody say waste, fraud, and abuse? Yeah, this is the part where we talk about all of those cuts that were necessary during the time of Doge before they got packed up and did nothing to address the deficit and the amount of spending we're doing right now for things the American people overwhelmingly don't want.
$890 million per day. Think about that. That's how much Trump is costing us in a war with Iran. $890 million per day. What do you think our country could do with that money in just 30 days? Social Security secured for every generation for life. Universal health care for everyone. A livable wage for teachers and nurses so they wouldn't have to pay out of their own pocket for supplies while billionaire fat cats profit. The only war that we should be in today is a war on greed. A war on poverty. Because once that war starts and we take back from the billionaires and the corrupt politicians everything they took from all of us, only then will we truly be America first. But y'all MAGA people want to keep on making justifications for this immoral, corrupt pedal POTUS because you're too prideful. You're too consumed with hubris. You can't simply say you were wrong. And I will repeat, as I always have, even though y'all hate me, denouncing Donald Trump and this administration does not magically turn you into a mythical lib. You can remain Republican and conservative, and we can still disagree about shit. And we will. But the MAGA movement is and always was a foreign-funded psyop to get you to not only want to harm me, but harm yourselves. Remember when that flag stood for freedom? All you gotta do is reach out and admit it.
Honestly, Vivek, if you just ran that, if you just gave him a couple dollars and ran that and saved your $10 million, that would do better than what you throwing out there. It 1,000% would do better than what you throwing out there. But since I happen to mention Doge, something is fascinating to me because you got packed up from Doge because they told you that you were dismissed, didn't even let you go back to your room. They had the people pack up your things and sent you on a bus to Ohio, which is wild because you know how many buses you got to take to get from D.C. to Ohio? No, they don't run straight. No, they don't run straight. You got to transfer. You do all type of stuff. It take you multiple days just to get through West Virginia. They packed you up from D.C. all the way to Ohio. But Elon Musk got to stay. Elon Musk got to stay. And I know it wasn't a personality-driven thing because we've heard Elon speak. No, we know all about his level of likability. That man has to manipulate the own timeline on his own platform to get people to look at his tweets and pump up his ego. Like that's what we dealing with. That's what we did. He was over at Mar-a-Lago with Barron when he had 14 other options that belonged to him. Okay, that's the kind of personality we dealing with. Why do you think that was? How come you got packed up and Elon Musk got to stay? Not only that, ever since then, so Elon Musk had to fight with Trump and tweeted about him being in the Epstein files. He was called a strange duck, and Susie Wiles talked about him sleeping on the floor.
Off the motherfucking drugs, I be tripping.
He was in the White House swaying off the dog food, and yet somehow still gets to keep a cozy relationship with Trump. They appeared together not too long ago after Elon Musk had posted that he was in the whole Epstein files. You, on the other hand, did none of that, and you out here fighting for your life in Ohio, like University of Toledo. Like, that's... Why do you think that is? Huh? Why do you think that is that Elon Musk got to skate like he did? And that's not to mention the new Doge revelations.
But wait, there's more.
A Doge lead testified under oath that he emailed classified government documents to his personal device and sent them over Signal under oath. This is not a leak. This is not a whistleblower. This is a deposition. Signal auto deletes messages. Personal devices have no government security protocols. This is textbook mishandling of federal records. The same thing they spent 4 years prosecuting Hillary Clinton over. The same Doge that accessed Social Security databases. The same Doge that accessed Treasury payment systems. The same Doge that accessed Pentagon personnel files. Emailing government documents to a personal device and routing them through an encrypted auto-deleting app is not a mistake. This is a method. The question is, who was on the other end of those Signal messages? So you mean to tell me that the man who oversaw all of that is getting less smoke and less blowback today than Vivek Ramaswamy? Vivek, why do you think that is? Why do you think he could have all that on his jacket and they still have less smoke for Elon Musk than you? In your home state, when the state GOP has to repeatedly assert that you're one of them. You ready to have a conversation? Vivek, I'll be here when you're ready to have a conversation. You can spend as much as that $10 million as you want. I will be right here. Ain't that wild? They did all of that with our private data and information after spending all that time talking about Hillary Clinton. Now, my private data ain't nobody's business.
Thanks. Next week, I am asking that all church members bring a copy of your tax returns so that I can review them. I'm going to put a stop to some of y'all playing in my face during tithes and offerings on Sunday morning. Amen. It's tight, but it's right.
Somebody get the pastor's phone. Get the pastor's phone. He's been spending too much time on Twitter. Because Elon Musk done got in his brain. We talking about looking at people tax returns. We ain't even seen Trump tax returns. You want to see mine for some ties? Nah, we not doing that. Good luck to that congregation. And by the way, good luck to you as well, Vivek. Hopefully you're looking at a post-gubernatorial career. You know, I think you can still put Doge on your resume. I think you could. I don't know what the prospects will look like after this, though.
Sir, do you know the specials?
Yeah.
Can you tell me what they are? Yeah, the specials are on the specials board at the front of the restaurant.
I thought you said you knew the specials.
Yeah.
So what are the specials?
I'll defer to the specials board.
So you don't know the specials. Can I get a dessert menu?
No, we canceled our dessert menu because it amplified marginalized flavors. We got rid of the vegetables list because we didn't like how it focused on only one specific food group. We don't offer black coffee anymore because it's inherently discriminatory.
How is offering black coffee inherently discriminatory?
I didn't say that.
You literally just said that. So what can I order?
Raw milk. You can get raw milk. We did offer water, but my understanding of offering water is that it does not benefit humankind.
How does water not benefit humankind?
Sorry, did I say water? I meant women.
Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I would like to wish you a happy Women's History Month. Shout out to all the women whose hard work makes this channel go.
I ain't the one, baby.
Wait a minute. No, because you got Miss Ray doing the mods, and you got Regina doing the research, and your wife be doing the admin. You got nothing but women up here. This a whole DEI operation. I'm telling Trump. Nah, I'm telling Trump. This a whole DEI thing you got going on here. What you mean, what's DEI?
How do you interpret DEI?
And I would also like to shout out all the women who show up and support the channel every single day. People like Gigi, the crochet queen, who sent me this. Love your channel. Here's a pic of me wearing the Who Raised Y'all t-shirt. I love it. Excellent quality. It's in my weekly rotation. Be blessed and keep informing us in only the Reese way. You make me feel like a natural woman. I'm yours. I see you, Gigi. Now, I had a babysitter that liked to crochet. I didn't know you was the queen, though. And she's not going to take that well. She is not going to take that well.
I said, what? She said, yeah. I said, no.
People like Kel, who sent me, I took time out of my day to send you this. Quiet as it's kept. I hate taking pictures due to my big-backed activities, but I wanted to show my support. I love your channel. Woman to woman. Kel, honestly, if it wasn't for big back activities, I wouldn't have no activities. That's what I put down. I just had my physical, and for activities, I put big back. That's what I do there.
Yeah, boy. That's it. That lovely.
I enjoy watching your Who Raised Y'all segment so much, I just had to cop that merch. Keep bringing the truth and the funny to us 99% bottom feeders of the world. Also, good to know that we have great taste in Basquiat and Marley. Bless up. From Yolanda from Wakanda. Man, the best thing about being a woman is the ability to have a little fun. I'm sensing a theme with the women and the Who Raised Y'all shirt. I'm also sensing a theme from you, Yolanda. What's that you smoking? I can smell it from here. Hey, I used to be a backslider. I used to be a backslider. And we got to show some love to Auntie Sugar, who sent me her Who Raised Y'all mug and a face that can only be described as quintessential Who Raised Y'all. Like, that's the quintessential Who Raised Y'all look right there. Honestly, that look should be on a t-shirt.
He's right, you know.
To all of you, happy Women's History Month. We do this every single year, right? Put up posters with the elegant fonts, pick the safe names, the ones who've been gone long enough that their anger doesn't make us uncomfortable anymore. We hand out the awards for Women's History Month. We hold the luncheons and act like we're doing someone a favor by granting them 31 days of recognition, as if history was ours to give away in the first place. And let's all take a moment, because we just came out of Black History Month, and it's bad enough that we've whitewashed history to the point where we have to go out of our way to recognize Black people. But Black people are, 12% of the population? Women are half, 51% on a good day. And we have mansplained history to the point where we have to take a month to specifically acknowledge the contributions of half the population.
This doesn't make a lick of sense.
Even then, it's a lie. A comfortable, well-packaged lie, but a lie nonetheless. We talk about women's history like it's a separate wing of the building, like a special interest project. We act like men built the foundation, laid the brick, and wired the electricity, and every once in a while a woman walked in and hung a nice picture on the wall. That ain't how it went down. The bricks were held together by the labor we refused to pay for. The foundation was dug by women whose names we scrubbed off the blueprints. Every great man we worship in our textbooks was standing on the shoulders of a woman who was told to stay quiet so he could speak louder. We spent centuries taking their ideas and calling them discovery, taking their resilience and calling it duty, taking their silence and calling it consent. And now we want to be thanked for giving them a month, for acknowledging that, yes, actually, they were here the whole time. If you want to honor history, stop treating it like a memorial service for something that's over. It's happening right now. It's in the room where she's being talked over. It's in the lab where she's doing the work while he's getting the funding. It's in the home where she's holding the world together while we take credit for the gravity. Don't give them a month. Give them the microphone. And then have the courage to sit down and listen to the history they're making while we're busy pretending we're the ones in charge of the clock. Now, we're going to talk about the ones who carried the signs, the ones who flew the planes, the ones who refused to get up from the seat, and we should. But keep in mind, history isn't just the woman in the oil painting or the black and white photograph. History is the woman who taught her neighbor to read in secret because the law said her mind was a dangerous thing. It's the mother who worked 3 jobs so her daughter wouldn't have to work 1. It's the scientist whose name was left off the paper, the artist whose work was signed by her husband, and the millions of women whose history was simply survival. Because where would we be without it? They aren't just a contribution to the story. They are the story. Happy Women's History Month. When a man loves a woman. I don't know what happens then. That's kind of been my problem.